Welcome to another absolutely insane random battle on Pokemon Showdown. This is an interesting match. I managed to win it 6-0, although most of that is down to luck from the opponent's sets, as you'll see in a minute. Now, this Persian has immediately used Hypnosis. That only hinders me slightly because this Persian eventually only ends up having one attacking move, or that I know of, at the end of the match. It keeps using U-turn to switch out effectively. But for some reason my opponent now sends in Blissey. I'm not sure why. Maybe he had something special up its sleeve, but my Riolu just immediately took it down with Drain Punch. And my Riolu here, it's one of those gimmicky sets. You're supposed to lay down a layer of Stealth Rocks and then deploy it. But I didn't really get a chance to use that because none of my Pokemon had any Stealth Rocks or Raw. Anyhow now, Spirit Tomb, I was probably going to take out that Yamask, but he switched cleverly enough to Aggron, and now, stupidly, I send out Stunfisk. This is probably the most silly decision I made because he nearly knocks me out with Earthquake. I was thinking that I could retaliate with Earth Power, and Stunfisk was faster. I thought Stunfisk was faster than Aggron, but I was proved wrong here. I kind of, should have searched that up, checked it out. Anyhow, Persian immediately switches straight out, and it's at this point where I realise that it's a Scouter, and it's just meant to mess around with your team, because it uses Switcheroo later on, and other things. Now, I've managed to trick Marshtomp into using Ice Punch over and over again. And, of course, now I predict that it's going to switch out, so I'll keep using Fire Punch. Sheer Force Star Motion with Life Orb is a really good Pokemon to get in random battles. Helps out an awful lot with sweeping teams, as I'm doing here. Of course, Yamask has managed to turn Dalmatian into Mummy. I don't want to lose much more health, so I'm U-turning out, which activates Wishma's Rattled. But eventually that ends up only doing minimum amounts of damage to me. Interestingly there, I thought Wishma was going to use something more powerful than that, and I sent out Scolipede because I know I'll be able to outspeed it. But I don't think any of my other Pokemon could have took on any of its other moves if it had them. But it only used Ice Beam then, which I'm surprised about. Marshtomp used a superpower. I'm surprised how little this does to Totodile. Obviously, because Totodile is quite defensive, but I didn't think it was on that level. Marshtomp manages to take down... No, Marshtomp manages to be defeated, by Waterfall quite easily. Doesn't go down with much of a fight, and this just leaves Persian on its own. Unfortunately, this Persian is quite gimmicky. It learns Hypnosis, and at this stage I just take advantage of Sleep Claws and switch out, eventually. Well, when I realised U-turn was going to KO me, I decided to switch out. And of course, I suspect at this point that it only knows U-turn. This could have not ended in my favour, and I could have had my Riolu knocked out. Because, of course, Persian could have had, Return, and that could have easily knocked me out. But hey, I managed to retaliate with a Drain Punch and win 6-0. So that was an incredibly lucky match for me. And incredibly fun to be a part of, so yeah. Hope you all enjoyed that. And I'll see you later for the next exciting instalment.